Hey everyone, welcome back. So when I was a little kid, maybe, you know, 8 to 10, 11, 12 years old, maybe even, we used to always have dinner together. My mom and my dad, my brother and sister and I, every night we had dinner together. And my grandfather also lived with us, so he would have dinner with us as well. So we would all sit around the table and uh, my mom and dad and my grandfather would talk about politics. I mean, they talked about a lot of other things, but a lot of world events that were going around during those times, the late 60s, early 70s. So it was like kitchen table politics. So that's what some of these videos are going to be about now. Um, I originally started my YouTube channel because I wanted to do um, uh, something about my retirement experience primarily, but then, I also wanted to share other things just about my life, what was going on, trips and travels that I do. But, I wanted it to be centered around retirement and my experience of retirement. Now, I love being retired, even though I still work a little bit. I don't work a lot, but I do work a little bit, and it does help to supplement my Social Security income and helps me to stay ahead, helps me to pay for my medicines and stuff. On my last video, I talked about, should you be worried about losing your Social Security? Are they going to shut it down? And not a lot of people watched that video, and some people responded. A lot of people responded and said, there's no way they're going to shut down Social Security. There's just no way. Trump promised not to do that. The very next day, I seen a news article that they are going to cut like $880 billion. I don't know if I've got that number exactly right, but I think it was something like that, out of the Medicaid program. So that would pretty much leave Medicaid non-functioning. It would pretty much eliminate Medicaid. Now, I was on Medicaid for a couple years, and it really kind of saved my life because I needed medicine. I needed expensive medicines, and Medicaid took care of all that stuff for me. So I was very grateful for that. So if you've watched, I'm sure anybody that's retired has probably watched a lot of YouTube news clips and commentary about different things. Maybe we've even watched regular news in the evenings or in the mornings. And it's looking more and more like they are going to try to gut Social Security. I think, this is just my personal belief, I think that they're going to try to eliminate so many workers from Social Security, which they're doing right now. They're laying off thousands and thousands of people. And I think this morning I seen that they're planning on closing, or maybe already have closed, 46 Social Security offices, which a lot of people need to get to. And with all these people laid off, it's going to be impossible to get anybody on the phone if you have to make a change or anything like that. So my feeling is that they are going to try to just make Social Security collapse. If that happens, there will be millions and millions of people suffering. If Social Security collapses, I'm assuming that Medicare would also go away. And if Medicare goes away, eventually I will literally die because I will not be able to afford the medications that I'm on now. I have to pay a fair amount of portion of my expenses for my medicines with my Part D coverage that I have. But if I had to pay for all those medications out of pocket, like retail price, I just wouldn't be able to do it. I'd probably have to just stop taking my medication and hope for the best. Now there's a lot of other channels, and I wanted to point out one channel in particular. So there's one channel that I came across recently. It's a channel named Dr. Ed Weir, and I'll put a link for his channel below. But he is a former Social Security manager, and he does videos today just on Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. So he's a pretty intelligent guy, and I think he's probably one of the experts on YouTube that we can rely on for accurate news and what's transpiring. There's some other people that I've watched. I've been watching a guy named Keith Edwards, who just today posted a video about Bernie Sanders talking about the situation with Medicaid and Medicare, what's going on in the government today. So many of these people want to just get rid of all these programs, but the reality is people like Trump, Elon Musk, even the news reporters, the congressmen, the senators, they're all millionaires, okay? And you can Google any of these. I Googled, what's his name? Sean Hennessy, who's from Fox News, and he's totally pro-Trump. I mean, he's just trying to defend all of these different things, and I looked up his net worth is like something like $300 million. All of these news reporters, Laura Ingraham, who said that the federal workers should go out and find real jobs. She's worth millions and millions of dollars herself. You can look at all the senators and congressmen. They're all millionaires for sure. So, somebody like Trump, somebody like Elon Musk, these people don't care about Social Security. They don't need any programs. They don't need Medicaid or Medicare. The average American that works hard, people like you and I, who worked our whole lives to save up some money for our retirement, and we eventually, of course, we're going to rely on Social Security. There's a lot of people like me that do not have any retirement plan. That's a story for another time, though, why that ended up being. But there's a lot of people that work at minimum wage jobs that can't afford to put money away for retirement, can't afford to put money away in a 401k. It's a lot of people, it's between that and feeding their family or paying their bills. So, these so-called entitlement programs are really necessary for a lot of people. I do know that I'm sure that there's some waste. There's some people that always are trying to scam the system. But, anyway, folks, I don't think it's as much as, I don't think the waste and abuse is as much as they're saying. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. I'm continuing to, I'm not really worried about it so much because there's not so much I can do about it, not really anything I can do about it, but I am concerned. And I'm continuing to, Abby and I are both continuing to think about what happens if I lose my Social Security, what happens if there's no Social Security when she gets to be 62, which is just in 3 years. If she wants to collect Social Security at that time, what will happen? How will we survive? What we have to do? It's likely that we'll both have to go out and get full-time jobs. And, I'm almost 66 years old now. And with my medical conditions, it would be really difficult for me to work 40 hours a week. And, I don't know if I could get a decent paying job. I mean, a lot of people, maybe even like myself, might have to get a job working at Home Depot or something. And we know that those aren't high-paying jobs. So I'd be lucky to probably make as much as I'm getting on Social Security. And it would mean that I would also have to give up my teaching job, which provides me a little bit of extra income. So it would just be a disaster for me. But I'm trying not to worry about it. I am concerned about it. I'm keeping an eye on it. And I'm looking for some plan Bs out there. So I suggest you guys do the same. Please let me know what you think. If you think that Social Security is really going to go away, what's going to happen. I'll put links for some of these other channels that I've been watching, so you can check them out. And hey, I'm not, I did want to say that I'm not necessarily against Republicans or against Democrats, but, I just try to look at the whole picture. And the reality is, for me at least anyway, that it sure looks like most of the Republicans are really trying to just support Trump. They're trying to say anything to convince us that everything's going to be okay, that we're going to be the wealthiest country in the world. Well, for people that are my age, I'm never going to see any of that wealth. I'm not going to have a high-paying factory job or a IT job. I just can't do that anymore. So anyway, folks, let me know what you think. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Be safe, be aware, have a good plan B, and take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.